Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 9th match of Ground Punchers Pub League. This time I'm alone, and it's the new patch 6.82. And there's new rune, there's a new item, no new heroes. Unfortunately, some heroes feel like new ones because there's been so huge changes to them. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be all sorts of new meta, new picks, new bans. It's going to be great and interesting all the way through. As I said, I'm unfortunately alone. It was planned that I was going to cast today with Sail, but last time, we tried to record it early on this week, but my computer crashed during the recording session, so we did not get to. So we cancelled it, and we're gonna record together some other time. So this time I'm doing it all alone, and let's get the best out of it, shall we? Currently, we see that the Dire and Radiant both have banned 2 heroes and picked 1 each. We see that Razor, Brewmaster, Faceless Void, and Viper are free, are the 4 bans. Nothing really interesting there. I of course always wonder a bit about the insta ban or the first phase ban Viper, since it's a hero that if they do pick it in the first phase, you can counter it. Also, we see that a Scarlet Mage, Nature's Prophet, and Death's Prophet have been picked. The prophets are going all over the place. Scarlet Mage, Nature's Prophet, tiny whiny bit of a combo there with the Sprout and Mystic Slayer. Nothing special though. Prophet most likely being the offlaner. That will put, and Scarlet almost always getting played as a support. Will probably be going in the safe lane. Gyrocopter gets picked up, and that's a pick I like. He's a hero I missed from the TI3 days. Always been a big fan of Gyrocopter in any sort of game because of his flat cannon. He's one of the best raid carriers you will ever have in a game, and he allows for so much comeback capability. And I love him for that, and I think it's amazing to see him in any game. So I'm gonna look forward to seeing him farm throughout this game. Maybe they might even go Gyrocopter support. That could be really interesting in my opinion. Because Valve, they just keep on buffing up that homing missile, so it makes it better and better. And well, maybe Gyrocopter support will be something within these next few days. Because it's very interesting to me. I think it's almost a legit strategy. If you go into tri-lane with them, you have something to set it up. You shoot the homing missile, someone stuns the offlane. The homing missile hits, and you run in and you use magic. No wait, rocket barrage, and suddenly no matter what offlane it is, they're very low on health. And if you need him to become a carry at some point in the game, he has flat cannon that can easily make him farm up ancients or something, give him a humongous amount of gold, and gonna give him what he needs to become a carry within not too long period of time. And he's also very useful in fights. So I think Gyrocopter or support might be something viable. We don't know if they will do it this game, of course. We'll see once we get further into the game. They have also picked a Death Prophet, very standard pick. The pushability, talked a lot about it within the last few matches, so I'm not going to talk too much about it this game. What I would like to talk about though is the Pugna ban. Pugna is a hero that has great pushability, and it's really good against like heavy mana using heroes like Scarlet, so it's a very smart ban in my opinion. And he's really great at pushing, but he is so squishy, and whenever I play him, I only want to see Pugna in a solo mid position, because if he goes support, a support's always going to be squishy enough already, but if Pugna goes support, he's going to be even squishier. He won't have any sort of mobility to get out of bad situations, and he'll just get killed in every fight before he manages to do a lot of stuff. So I never opt for a support Pugna, only ever some sort of carry Pugna, mostly a solo mid Pugna. But other people do like the support Pugna, so they might, well, since he gets banned out, he of course won't be played, but Some people do like the support button. I just personally don't. We also see Silencer getting banned. Probably another ban because it kinda counters Scarlet Mage. 6-second silent on Scarlet Mage is terrible. That's terrible for the Scarlet Mage. He's gonna have such a hard time playing against the Silencer. So I think it's a pretty smart ban. Meanwhile, we see that the Radiant ban on even more carries. They ban on Juggernaut and Morphling. I don't quite understand why they would ban out these two specific heroes. Maybe they're just trying to get rid of the really good. Then again, maybe they're just trying to get rid of some other carries that they think personally are really good. I just can't really seem to find any pattern because Juggernaut's very mid-game based. Once he hits level 6, he'll go around and kill, but Morphling's very late game based and split push oriented. So I can't see any patterns in the carries that banned out so far, but they have banned out carries and picked up, of course, Helicopter for themselves, probably aiming for some sort of the late game. They also picked up an Undying here at the 3rd pick. Very interesting. I like it. It's something that can help them keep up in the game in the mid game until the Gyrocopter gets live. Gyrocopter, he's gonna need a bit of farm before he really gets useful in fights. So what this Undying allows is for them to stall the game a bit more. Undying is great at fighting in mid game, and he can easily be in a 4v5 fight with Gyrocopter off farming. And that's why I really like the pick, because they are probably gonna have to go into 4v5 fights. Especially seeing as they picked up a Slaughter and Templar, two very mid-game oriented carries. So the Radiant have to be very, very prepared for mid-game fights. And with the Gyrocopter probably just gonna sit in lane for 25 minutes, the rest of the 4 heroes gonna have to keep up the fights and not give the Dire too big of an advantage. And now they also pick up a Crystal Maiden. So this is their first, possibly second support, depending where this Undying is gonna go. Now this kind of contradicts what I just said, because she's really squishy and she's not gonna be very useful in 4v5 fights. She's not really useful in fights in general. What she is useful for her Arcane Ore and her slows. But she cannot sit in a fight and get her full ult off, or not even remotely close to full ult, because she gets killed too quickly and she just won't be very useful in these fights. Bans and picks are coming out really quickly. We'll quickly talk about the Slaughter, Templar and Enigma pick, all fight mid-game oriented. Enigma, really good jungle, can get a mech and a blink so quickly. And that's another hero I really like to see, because I'm very, very happy to see teamfight oriented heroes. Slaughter and Templar. Templar, a very strong mid hero. Once she gets any sort of mobility, she can roam around the map and kill off most supports, especially like the Crystal Maiden. And the Radiant pick up a Lone Druid, so this Undying is definitely a support, and this Lone Druid seems to possibly be going off lane. If I should predict these lanes, I'd say Nature's Prophet off lane from the Dire with
secret.
all in the bag. Well, the bag is
in the bag.
Prepare for battle.
But I'm gonna say that Prophet's gonna go solo offlane, Enigma's gonna go jungle, Slaughter, Scarlet's gonna go in the safe lane together, safe lane together, and Templar's gonna go mid. On the Radiant, probably Jar gonna go safe. Lone Druid off, and Death Prophet mid. But it looks like I'm wrong. This does not look to be true. This looks like... Yes, indeed. This is an aggressive trial, and this is gonna be fun. This
one is in the bag.
God damn it, Scarlet. You is such a long one. Can you just... No. Okay, but this is a trial lane against a dual lane and an Enigma. This is a really smart move from the Radiant. Because a Scarlet Mage or Slaughter, however strong those two heroes are in lane, or especially the Skarath, they are not going to be able to compare up against the tri-lane. Not those two alone should not be able to win up against the tri-lane. If they get a lot of ganks and help from the Enigma, they might be able to, but that has to be a lot before it really makes the big difference. And that means that Lone Druid is going solo up against Nature's Prophet, another really smart move from the Radiant, because Lone Druid can pretty much solo any hero he wants, and especially Nature's Prophet, since he can right click, or he can just farm while the bear goes and harasses the Lone Druid. Lone Druid can of course do the same things with Nature's Call, but I just have a feeling this bear's can be more useful, or do way more damage. Right now we see that the 3 Radiant heroes in the aggressive tri-lane are sitting here. I don't know quite what they're waiting for. They're waiting for this. The Scarf runs right into him. He has a haste rune. Will he get out? No, the first blood will be going to Jarkop, and this is the rocket barrage damage I was talking about. 1 frostbite and a rocket barrage took him down almost at an instant. Tombstone was used. He had a haste rune, so it didn't really matter. But he went down so insanely quickly from just a rocket barrage and a frostbite, and that's what's really strong in lane about Gyrocopter. So a really good start from the Radiant here, and this is just going to make the dual lane even harder for the Dire. Meanwhile, in mid, we see Death Prophet up against Templar Assassin. Death Prophet been pushing in pushing lane a little bit with Crypt Swarm. It is expected, but Templar Assassin still sitting with double the last hits and 3 denies ahead of the Death Prophet. So doing well in this mid lane. And she seems to be able to, and she's probably going to be able to keep it up with Refaction. She does have her bottle sent to her now, and she will be easily sustained in this lane. We see that the Radiant are getting a bit aggressive here, and rightfully so. They should be aggressive in this lane. We also see that the Dire even pulled here, which is interesting, allowing the Radiant to farm off those creeps. An interesting choice, in my opinion. Nothing I would have expected, but Tombstone's been used. I'm not quite sure. Maybe they were going for a kill. No, Flat Cannon as well. Could this just be harassed, or are they going to go for a push? It looks like they might even go for a push. This could have been a Radiant pull to try and get some damage in on this tower, and it's definitely successful so far. Slaughter has done a good job of trying to pull these creeps past, and it will be enough. Only about 200 damage is done to the tower, and they successfully stopped the push. Meanwhile, Enigma sitting in the jungle, sitting on boot currently. Gonna have him set to him via the courier, and he's gonna farm up an Alpha Wolf camp. There's the moved Roche and the Ancients, of course. I feel like the camera's moving a bit quickly. Let's go ahead and change that, shall we? Let's try this. Nope. Okay. Okay, I apologize for this. It's not what I mean. There you go, much better. So Death Prophet, of course, just continues to get her pushing happening. And in this lane, I would no doubt say, in the Death Prophet up against Templar Assassin lane, I'd say before the new patch, I would call it a duel between who gets the runes. I would call it, it's a close one, because both of the heroes need runes, and they would probably just end up bollicroing, and then they'd end up being an even lane, because they need the mana to spam Refaction and Crypt Swarm. If Templar didn't get mana for Refaction, then Prophet could spam her down with Crypt Swarm. But if Templar does get the mana, then Crypt Swarm won't do a lot of stuff. It won't do too much, and Templar will keep her mana going. Meanwhile, at bot, I missed a solo kill from the Lone Druid. Maybe the tower will be able to take down the Lone Druid. He dodges a lot of damage, but the Druid form managed to run out there alive. Meanwhile, on top we see a die. They're going on the Scarlet Mage. He's taking a lot of damage, and he will be going down. Maybe they'll turn around to get the start on now. Crystal Main's trying to CP out of there. I don't think she'll be successful. No, she won't. She goes down to the Slaughter. stun on Undying. He's going down as well. Gyrocopter though, he joins in for the fight. He might be doing a lot of damage. He does a lot of damage here. He might take one down, one of the heroes. Nobody. The Enigma gets saved from the Slaughter and the Scarlet TP. 3 heroes going down from the Radiant. Very nicely played from this Enigma. Good timing to get in there. Well, not Enigma, but not really. That's the wrong usage of words. I'd say. Too big of a dive from the Radiant, and the Dire, they were really close to dying. If a few more rocket barges had hit this Enigma, he would definitely have been dead. Courier just running a trip around. Doesn't use the last bottle charge to stop this Courier from getting slowed down. Very smart. But as I was talking about previously, I'd say that it depends on who got the runes or who bottled Cronin most efficiently. Did Nature's probably just died again bot? Okay. I'm just missing all the bot kills right now. Interesting. But now in the new patch, I'd say Templar has the big advantage because Templar's the one that's most reliant on the mana. If she doesn't get the mana, she loses. If she does get the mana, well, she doesn't. She'll probably just win. And Death Prophet, she can do with that. And again, I'm missing kills at top. They're diving really far, and Prophet CP's in for this. Gyrocopter, he'll be going down. Probably. One more hit to go in. Slaughter's getting blocked by this Treant. Maybe Death Prophet, Nature Prophet will micro it properly. He has face boots though, and he might get out of there, and yes, he does. Managed to run out of there. Nice pathing. Crystal Main, and Undying gets caught up by the Slaughter. Bit of shit. Trash talk there. Doing a lot of damage. Black Hole's used, but Death Prophet's in here. Takes 1 kill on the Enigma. Will get with the help of double damage. Almost also gets a kill onto the Nature's Prophet. And Slaughter will run out of there. I'm not on top of my game right now. I'm missing a lot of kills. This is bad. I'm just too interested in talking to myself about the mid lane. And a pause. So, you know, I'm gonna take this as the perfect chance to talk about the mid. And well, now with the new rune, and there's always 2 runes. Templar's pretty much always gonna get a rune, and therefore refill bottle, and thus she'll win the lane. That's pretty much it. Whereas before, she was very reliant on bottle crowing if she did not manage to rune control. That's it. Okay. So, Russian speak in all chat. I am. Can I mute? No, I can't. There we go. Okay, we'll just have to listen to this a bit of Twitch spam. It's very interesting. All chat, indeed. I have no idea what they're talking about mostly. But I would like. But looking at the last hits, Lone Druid sitting on the top of the chart, and he's also at the same time sitting on 2 kills. He has died once though. When did he die? Did he die? He might have died. Yeah. Okay, so also missed the kill on Lone Druid at some point. My mistakes, folks. But he's on top of the network, trying to follow up by the Templar Assassins. And they're just going to push top right now, and it's going to be easy tower kill. Dying, he's running in here. He wants a fight to happen, but Slaughter and Scarlet Maid's both run out. It's called CPs, and he's going to try and defend the tier 1 tower here. I don't think he'll be successful, no. Tower goes down, and Plastic goes to Catapult. Unfortunately, if it's one group, money won't not go in his favor.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Now we see that Death Prophet rotating back towards mid, doesn't have any mana. There will be a rune in 10 seconds, so she could pick up one of the runes there and get probably just about a full mana pool. Crystal Main's also here, and so is the Undying. And Death Prophet does run towards top to get a haste rune. And Undying will be getting the bounty rune. Death Prophet doesn't quite want to regenerate all the mana yet. These 2 supports look like they're gonna try and wrap around, so this nature property is very safe there because of the new layout. It's not that easy to run around, but they're going in for the lone druid. I hadn't even seen that. That's a lot of here diving for him. And the Crystal Maiden ran around the wrong way. Undying gets there in time though and gets killed on the Scarlet Mage. All the slows from the Crystal Maiden are going to take down the Enigma with the help of the Death Prophet, and the Haste Rune from Death Prophet might help them chase Nature's Prophet. They will not dive into tier 2 and will just back off though. And this Death Prophet goes back to mid. And no mana once more, but a new zone spawns in 1 minute. So no mana for 1 minute. That's going to be really dangerous. This Templar Assassin knows that this is happening. And she's going to go in for a kill. It looks like she'll get it. One more hit and there it is. Solo kill. Dive tier 1 from the Templar Assassin onto the Death Prophet. Very well played. Very nice awareness. And I'm expecting that while the Gyrocopter farms up at top, the 4 heroes of the Radiant are going to be pushing mid as soon as this Death Prophet is alive. OMG. English for once. Took a while. Anywho, Enigma, 10 minutes in and is almost sitting at a mech, just 400 gold off. And that's a fairly fast-paced mech, and it's going to be helping them a lot in these fights. If he manages to get a good black hole off in these fights and mech as well, it's going to be turning the tides of these fights. Even just a good black hole is going to do it. And if he doesn't get a good black hole, there's of course the mechanism that's going to help his team sustain. But right now we see that someone just managed to CP out. Death Prophet only just managed to CP out from a Templar Assassin with the double damage. They're sitting free here as mid. Gyrocopter's even joined there. He wants to be with, but the fight's maybe even. He has a helmet Dominator. Maybe he just wants to go get a creep and then start stacking inches. We'll see. They're sitting 4 heroes here. He's still here. Death Prophet's here with her ult. Not level 11 yet, so it's still going to be level 1 ult, but it can do a lot of damage to the towers nonetheless. And there's the extra used. Towers going down really quickly. Catapult's also here. Templar tries to slow it down a bit, so does Scarlet, but I don't think they'll be successful in defending this. Not by themselves. And dying, he's chasing for the Scarlet Mage. He might even get it. He's doing a lot of damage. These zombies are slowing him down quite a fair bit, and one more hit, and the Scarlet Mage goes down. Templar slowing down the Crystal Maiden now. Bit of a turn on the tide. Crystal Maiden gets stunned by Malefice and goes down to Templar Assassin. Meanwhile at top, Slaughter and Nature's Prophet manage to push to tier 1. Slaughter TP's back to try and defend up against the Stone Druid. If he gets rooted, he's getting into serious trouble. Slaughter does do a lot of damage, and he manages to catch the bear in the stun, saving him and almost getting a kill onto the Lone Druid. Unfortunately, he was not lucky enough with the bashes and didn't stop the CP. If there had been a bash from Slaughter there, this Lone Druid would have been dead. So RNG gods are not with the Slaughter today, but they're definitely with the Lone Druid that is currently, again, once more sitting on top of the net worth chart, even 10 last hits ahead of the Templar Assassin, but the 20 kills already have happened. 20 kills that have happened. I think it's time we start looking at net worth chart instead. I'm just going to say a bit more about how it's going, and we see that Templar, even though she's behind the Lone Druid on last hit, she's sitting a nice 1,000 gold ahead of him in net worth and has a Yasha with 1,500 gold to go. Gets a Mithril Hammer and possibly going for a Desolator. This is a pickup I really like on the Templar Assassin myself, but some people opt for BKB instead, and I can definitely see why. Lone Druid scouts a bit with the bear and sends it back once it sees Slaughter. And he picks up a full Maelstrom now. So he's gonna be a lot better pushing now. He doesn't go for the Radiance build, he goes for the Maelstrom build now. And he could be going he could go for the full Mjolnir, because with the new change, Spirit Bearer has 300 mana to start. So he can use the Mjolnir's buff on himself. It doesn't need to be swapped to a Lone Druid hero and then be used from here and then go back to the Spirit Bearer. Which is a really nice change, I like that. Looks like something's brewing up at mid. Death Prophet sitting here with Crystal Maiden up against Templar Enigma that has a mech and level 2 Black Hole and a Scarlet Mage. And this is a smart move from the Dire. They even smoke up and it looks like they're gonna try and wrap around. They'll run into the Invis Death Prophet though, and she spots them. They're going in for Roche. This might not be the best thing when their smokes pop by nothing. They should know that there's some Invis hero around, and they do back off as soon as all their smoke popped. They didn't quite notice it at first, but they saw the rotation from the Radiant heroes and knew something was up. And the Radiant, they're ready to fight. I don't think they know about the mech. This might not be the best idea, but Slaughter goes down instantly. Enigma's got not quite there in position. Templar Assassin taking a lot of damage, Corrections down. Black Hole on 3 heroes! With Mystic Flare takes down 2. Mechanism has been used. Jarkop takes down Enigma. They're going to be chasing down this Nature's Prophet now. Nothing much the Scarth could do about it. Maybe a concussive shot will be enough. This Nature's Prophet taking a lot of damage though. Sprout, will it save him? Yes it will. He'll get out of there alive. Meanwhile, Templar Assassin's getting chased by the bear. She manages to meld, but he can just sit here and wait. She'll hit, she'll refract, she'll run out of there. With the extra movement speed from Yasha and Face Boost will be enough to save her. Very nice Black Hole. What the hell? Very nice Black Hole from the Enigma there. Unfortunately he died, so he just needs what seemed to be a BKB maybe. What the hell is that? Okay. And the Mystic Clan top of the Black Hole did a lot of work, and just to take down the 2 heroes they got in that fight. So very nicely played there. But even with the mechanism, well, the Radiant had the better fight, but I'd say it's because the Dire had pretty much split up into different directions and weren't all in position. And seeing as they weren't all in position to start with, I'd say they had a pretty great fight anyway. The mechanism wasn't even used to its full potential. If they were all 5 there, and he managed to heal up all of his teammates, that could have been that would have had an even bigger impact. So I feel like even though the Dire might have had not the best fight right there, I feel like they should keep trying, because they weren't in the best of conditions when that fight started.
Revealed.
But right now it looks like they're just gonna split off and farm across the map, and well, this might be smart. They're only 16 minutes in, so maybe they'll opt for another big item before they start fighting again. But they have to be careful, because if this Gyrocopter gets fed, he's going to be able to do a lot of work. He's going to be able to carry the Radiant team to victory, no doubt. And another smoke's been used. This time Templar uses it. They don't catch Enigma or Nature's Prophet in it. It looks like they're just going to rotate straight towards Roche. And yes, they will. They don't get spotted this time. Lone Druid Bear's just here, but will he run into Roche? It doesn't look like it. And amplified damage if used on Roche is going to help push down the tower a lot, but Lone Druid does send his bear in, and the Roche attempt is spotted. Will it take down the bear though? He cannot send it back. It's on cooldown because it takes damage. The entire Radiant team is collapsing on the Dire team right now though. They might be able to stop the Roche attempt. They're sitting here. They didn't try to save the bear. Templar Assassin dives a little bit, run, and gets caught in between the Death Prophet and Lone Druid. Man, but gets out of there with the help of Refract. Oh, it's Lone Druid. Scarth Mage dewarding a bit here, trying to stop them from having the vision, but the Dire have to be careful right now. They don't want to get into the same situation they were before, where 2 heroes were down here, and 1 hero was like up here. They cannot get into that situation again after how about that fight. It doesn't look like they will. They start the fight this time, With Slaughter blinking in, they instantly take down Undying. Slaughter takes a lot down from Rocket Barrage. Malefice has been used on Jarcop to chase him off. Meanwhile, Templar Assassin is doing a lot of damage in to this Lone Druid. And Crystal Main will be able to take down Templar Assassin. No, not quite. Templar gets that one hit off. Kills off. Amazing. Meanwhile, Black Hole almost kills himself with the Rocket Barrage because of the Black Hole. And he will be going down, won't take any heroes. And Death Prophet gets an ultra kill. Only the Skywrath getting out of there alive. So 4 for 2, and that fight was even fairer for them, I'd say. This was not the best thing for the Dire. I definitely wouldn't say it was. They had a really good start to the fight, but then I don't know what happened. They took a lot of focus on the bear down here. The Templar did, and therefore didn't do much damage to the heroes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And Sprout, Mystic Flare was used really well in this Crystal Main, but she had a full magic wand, and that just saved her, and she managed to almost take down the Templar Assassin with the help of Gyrocopter as well. Templar Assassin gets out there and gets to kill Crystal Main though, but after that, I'd say nothing else really happened. The Dire just got slaughtered. Black Hole came in at the end of that fight, and that's all it really did. It just stunned Death Prophet and Gyro for a little while, but it was too late because everyone was already dead or very low health. But Roshan does go down to the Dire now. Radiant had vision of it, they didn't manage to get in and stop it in time though. And Templar did opt with the Desolator and gets the Aegis. Enigma, meanwhile, manages to push the mid tower and take it down. Tier 1 down. It looks like the Dire are gonna be going for a tier 2 push soon. Enigma has his blink. They might just want to wait for Black Hole and then start a fight. That is definitely what I would do, since well, Templar got her Desolator and Enigma got his blink. They should just wait for Black Hole to be available and then start a push. But it doesn't even look like they want to wait. Slaughter is going back towards bot. Nature Prophet TP's back, so he won't be here for the push, and maybe they won't even push. All the Radiant heroes are sitting towards mid, so there's nothing really to defend against this. Templar Assassin, Desolator. Just doing a lot of damage this time. They will take it down successfully. The Radiant won't try and defend it. And then it goes down to the Nature Prophet. Wasn't there for the entire push, just gets blasted in. And that is what you call blasting.
Is under attack.
And so they're going to try and push mid tower now. Or not mid, but tier 2 bot. Black Hole's up in 2 seconds. They're ready to fight now. They have a lot of pushability, and they're going to take down this tower really. And Dying Tombstone has been dropped. They'll be going down instantly though. Templar Assassin almost gets picked off before the fight even starts. Where Slaughter runs in there, he wants to fight now. Mystic Flare has been used, doing a lot of damage and dying. We're just waiting for the Black Hole right now. Catches free and instantly gets stopped by a root though. The RNG is with them. Slaughter goes down, and meanwhile, Templar Aegis has been used. Will she do any damage? No, she won't. She'll be instantly going down to the freezing field. And once again, Skywrath the Mage is the only one to get out of there alive. They only managed to take down Undying in that entire fight. And that, well, I was talking about how the Dire had until 25-30 minutes to win, but maybe it's even too late because they're not winning these fights. Even with Mystic Flare and Black Hole, they're not winning the fights. They're still losing, and that might be as a result of the really good team fight heroes in the Radiant as well, because they have Undying, they have Gyro, and they have Death Prophet. Of course, also Crystal Main, whom I didn't call the best teamfight hero, but whom I probably just call a bad teamfight hero, but she's been staying alive in these fights and therefore showing her value. And as we see that this Gyro is the top damage dealer from that fight. So it's the Gyro they have to worry about now. It may seem like it's early to worry about. Oh,
How about that?
at the top they managed to kill off a Scarlet Mage. It's a revenge for him getting out, and Death probably will be going down in the swap. Actually, that was the Dire wrapping around to gank the Death Prophet that killed the Scarlet Mage. My mistake. Not on top of my game, guys. Excuse me. But because I've been expecting the Dire to be ahead most of this game, but looking at these fights, I'd say it's probably going to be the Radiant, because the Radiant are just winning, but the Dire just seem like the way more confident team. And we see that if just looking at the net worth chart, the Radiant are ahead. They did status spike down from losing Death Prophet, but other than that, they've mostly been ahead this game, except for the very start. Oh, and Starter, he managed to find a dying here, and he will be going down. But instant revenge. Gyrocopter takes down the Starter. Lone Druid Bear running and doing a lot of damage to Enigma. Root's been used, and Crystal Maiden even lives through the... Wow, Enigma almost gets out there. They don't last at him. There you go, he goes down now. Crystal Maiden will be going down. Maybe not. Magic Wand doing a lot of work. They managed to take out Scarlet Mage. Templar trying to stay alive. Silence reduced, Blood AoE, and Crystal Maiden, that Magic Wand has been paying off a lot. My god. They cannot even kill the support. Only the Undying. Poor guy. This Crystal Maiden, this Magic Wand has saved her so many times now. They're going to be pressuring this 2-2 now. Looking at the gold graph again, we see another spike up, so it's not the hugest lead. It is only 1500 gold, but that's going to be going even further than that advantage, I think. And if we just look at the network, the EXP chart, they are about 6,000 gold, or EXP ahead, which is what I would expect. The Death Prophet even wants to pressure this EXP. They can do it with the Lone Druid there. And they'll be taking it down. There's a Blink Black Hole though. Yes, the Symphony goes down. The Blink Black Hole is available. He gets the opportunity. Homing Missile though, getting used nicely. Root also, there won't be any Blink Black Hole because this Enigma will be going down before that happens. He goes down, the Gyrocopter gets another kill onto him. Crystal Maiden almost dies off to this Prophet. Looks like she might even manage to go down. He's very desperate to get the kill. Just managed to. Meanwhile, Slardar and Templar picks off the Gyrocopter. So they managed to defend the max, not the tier 3. And not the Enigma because he went down. And yet again, we see that the top damage was Gyrocopter. Other than that was Templar Assassin, but she was still like 600 damage away. 700, no, more like 600 damage away.
Radiant's bottom tower
Well,
has been
Undying
denied.
denies bottom tower, denying even more gold from the Dire team. So this Gyrocopter, he is definitely a threat now, and he has his BKB currently sitting on 9 seconds. He's Yasha, Helm of the Dominator, and he's taking good use of his abilities, doing a lot of damage. And he's the big guy in this fight. The Dire haven't really been focusing, they haven't really been paying attention to him. They've mostly just left him alone, just shrugged him off, or at least tried to, while focusing on heroes like Druid or Death Prophet. And we see that that's not really been paying off, since they have been losing their these fights pretty heavily. And well, we're 27 minutes in. The Dire are behind, and even though they have some decent late games in Nature's Prophet and partially also in Enigma, I'd say that the game's going to be really hard for them from now on, because with Death Prophet and Gyrocopter being the top, being the top farmers right now, Gyrocopter has an equal song going for Butterfly now. and up against a lone druid as well, it's going to be really, really hard to win. Spirit Bear, even I said probably not going for the Radiance build, but just gets the Maelstrom and then goes for the Radiance apparently, trying to stop those blinks, and I can see the reasoning in that. Kinda interesting he went for Maelstrom first though. Homing Missile. This is gonna keep chasing, and boom. That's a lot of damage. Damn, that does way more damage. That's always just more damage than I expected to. And if you look, it does a 500 magical damage. That's a huge nuke at level 4. This is why I'm saying the support might be viable. Temple Assassin takes down the bear with the rest of the team, but also just really low on health ourselves. And Undying, he has a Vanguard, he has a Buckler, he is probably going for the Crimson Guard at this point. And he is 700 gold off. The new item, and I'm still not sure what I think of that item myself, because I could see it be really good with 100 damage block. 100%, what, 80 damage block? Let's see. Block 50 damage with 100% chance for however long. For 9 seconds, you'll block 50 damage every hit, and that's pretty big. And also gives 9 armor. I mean, it makes your team so much more tanky, especially if you combo with the pipe. And if you also have a mech on your team, that's even bigger. I'm not sure it's enough though. And with Radiant, they're the ones who go through the temple. The Dire, they saw this happening. Looks like Sparta might be going in for the Aegis steal. Well, they time it perfectly though, but blink in, Black Colt gets 4. Gets 3 though. Not 4. But they won't take anyone down. Sparta goes down. Enigma goes down. Gyro's the only one to die. Now Crystal Maiden dies as well, and Temple Assassin, who gets the Aegis Death Prophet does. Then she goes down. And will she get any revenge kills? I'm not sure she'll be able to with that Exorcism. She's running out, they're trying to TP her. She'll be successful in escaping.
Illusion.
Very, very nice attempt at stopping the Roche there. Unfortunately, if they had just waited a minor bit more, they could have done it even better, whereas they could have probably, well, what they did was that they had 4 heroes here and Slaughter here. What they maybe should have done is had 3 heroes around here, or sitting here, ready to go in, and Enigma here and Slaughter here, because I really liked the way they initiated the fight. They blinked in, Slithering crushed 3 heroes, and then they followed up with a black hole onto the same 3 heroes, stopping the Roche attempt completely, leaving only Undying and Crystal Maiden out here. Now the problem was that Templar, Nature's Prophet, and Scareth, they all had to run around here to get into the fight, but if they had been in a better position, they could have been there instantly, stop Undying and Crystal Maiden from killing their teammates, and help kill the other teammates during the black hole, and then tried to Roche, but they weren't in position for that, and that's probably why I'd say the fight was pointless. The Test Prophet almost goes down here. Nature's Prophet tries to go and get the kill, but very much. Might even get a call into Enigma here as well. He doesn't have a blink. 2 seconds, 1 second. He has a blink now. He could blink out. He will blink out. Homing Missile though. He forgets about Tracer TP out. And also going down. Yet again, Jarkov to top of the damage chart.
Radiant's top tower is under
Sitting on
attack.
quarterstaff, only
Radiant structures
1300 gold
fortified.
away from his full butterfly. And Starters, he's pressuring 2-2 top right now, but he has to TP back because Radiant didn't care about it. They went and they are going in for these racks instead. They take down the range racks. Only melee racks back. They're left. The Shiva Scar's been used. Starter tries to go in. He won't really do enough. CKP just wrecking him. Death Prophet managed to get the last hit. Crystal Maiden's still alive. She just lives for everything. There's a tombstone drop going in on Nature's Prophet. He will not, or he will get out of there alive though, and so does the Gyrocopter. And he's now sitting on 1400 gold, only 400 gold away from the butterfly. So they got a Rax, and he's 1300 gold away from butterfly, which he'll get from this Aegis back, no doubt. There you go, that went down extremely quickly. Holy crap. And his satire did as well. So he has a butterfly now. They're down a Rax. The Dire are down a Rax. There's a Crimson Guard on Undying. Enigma still doesn't have a BKB. Scarlet Mage is just about level 12. Sitting on an Ochre Club. I'm not quite sure. Maybe he's going for an Aghanims. Templar Assassin got a Daedalus. That's good. Hasn't really showed up in these fights though. That's a big thing. And Prophet sitting on Mjolnir now, while Death Prophet has a hard shooting guard. It's extremely tanky, even up against Starter and Nature Prophet. As you see, she'll just run out of there.
Invisibility.
His Starter keeps chasing him. Totally worth it. Oh, the creeps block him off. You can run around the other way. Sprout, stun. She's probably going down now. Undying here to help though. Will he be able to save her? No, he will not, and he'll be going down as well. He's Templar. And this is probably the best opportunity to push a tower right now that the Dire will get. So they will. And there's no buyback on either of the heroes. Of course, they do not know that. But they should at least try and force out a buyback. And since they can't buy back, this could turn out to be a Rax. But even with no buyback, there's Lone Druid, Radiance, Maelstrom, and Dagon now, which is interesting. And the Gyrocopter Butterfly, that's the big threat right now. And Templar, she's gonna run up, and they're gonna try and go. Crystal Maiden gets caught out. Gyrocopter ultimately. Crystal Maiden does go down at some point. Gyro tries to 5-man them, or solo them completely. Lone Druid's not here. The BKBs, the BKB on Gyro is kind of wasted. Lone Druid, he'll be going down. Starter blinking and really nice. Gyrocopter looks to be going down as well. He can't get out of there. Butterfly cannot save him. And Undying couldn't save him either. So this looks like a Rax. And now Undying's going down. He'll be going down to the Scarlet Mage. This looks like that's a Rax in the Dire, and I'd say that was just a very big misplay from the Radiant. They ran in completely one by one. Lone Druid first, and Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter wasted his BKB. They should have just waited, tried to stall it, wait for Death Prophet to be alive, and Undying, and then they should have went in for the fight. But instead, they ran in one by one and just got killed one by one. And thus, the network charge is gonna have a bit of a spike down now, and it resets completely. Wow. That one fight took them from 8,000 gold behind to 0. Absolute 0. That's actually net worth. Net worth is gold. Yes, that's my mistake. And it takes them from 7,500 EXP behind to 2,500 EXP ahead. So I don't know, I was saying this was looking really bad for the Dire, but that Rax and that fight might have just turned the tide again. This could be really interesting. It's gonna be a hard game nonetheless, because they're still up against a Lone Druid and a Gyrocopter. But if these heroes run in one by one like they did before, they cannot carry the game like that. And I'd also say that this Lone Druid's build is a bit out of the ordinary, which is probably not helping the Radiant's attempt at winning this game. It's a different build, to say the least. But what is the response from the rating gonna be now? Because Roshan, he's not gonna be alive for. He's gonna be alive in 4 minutes. Yeah, 4 minutes. He's gonna be alive. 2. Okay, just about 3 minutes then. I cannot look. Okay, let's. 1, 2. Oh.
Tax.
1. No, what? 1, 2. A bit. No. It's almost 3 minutes. Oh yeah, that's right. Could that be right? Am I?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay, I just misread it. Okay, I get it, guys.
Radiant
That watch
structures
confuses
are
me. Can we get a digital
fortified.
watch up on Roche, please? Just a digital watch would be nice. And Enigma, he didn't even go for the BKB. He actually opted for Aghanim Scepter. Interesting. I really like that. Well, I don't actually. I don't know what's like. He needs a BKB, in my opinion. There are just too many things that can stop this black hole before the full duration ends. Because Undying cannot do anything, but Crystal Maiden has been really well positioned throughout this entire game and has never been caught in a black hole. And since she doesn't get caught in black holes, she can frostbite him from a distance, stop the black hole, and during its midway through its duration. Gyrocopter will more often than not have a homing missile going towards Enigma, so that's going to be a threat as well. Lone Druid Bear, if you don't catch the bear, it can root you. And Silence from Death Prophet, really long range, can also stop your black hole if you do not have a BKB. So an Aghanim Scepter is not what I would call a smart pickup. And looks like he's going to be ganked now. He's the 4, maybe even 5, 4 hit rating here is going for him. Roots can use, Gyrocopter ult can use, therefore can use Soul Kill the down. Another root. And the Radiant, they're rotating towards Roshan. It's not up yet, just a couple more seconds. If they just wait in there for a couple more seconds, they will instantly run out of there though. And Dying, just send an illusion in there to wait for the Roche spawn. It's gonna be alive shortly.
Radiant's top tower is
Oh
under
my, they're
attack.
gonna miss it. Meanwhile, top Ninja Prophet managed to take down the tower. Nice grab from him. I even missed it. He's currently sitting on Scythe of Vice. He is very farmed. He also has 2300 gold, and Death Prophet also just picked up a Scythe of Vice. So that's a Scythe of Vice for the Radiant and one for the Dire. And Roche so close to being alive, Jesus. But I'd say the biggest impact is gonna be the Scythe of Vice on the Death Prophet. Because if she manages to hex the Nature's Prophet, that's going to stop a lot of damage output. But right now they're going for Slaughter here. A lot of heroes sitting who can try and attempt to kill on him, but that's forward. Crit from the Templar Assassin. One shot Crystal Maiden, and Death Prophet goes down. Enigma died back there, and Slaughter also dead. Missing a few kills. Gyrocopter tries to get into the fight. Templar Assassin cancels the TP to run away from there. This is the smartest choice. She'll be going down. Force Staffman usage doesn't go up high ground though. Mel's alive. There's the center wood though, so he will not manage to stay alive. Butterfly might be enough. He gets a double kill. Templar Assassin had bought back. No, she didn't even. She just like extremely long buyback. And Gyrocopter is the only one alive. He's chasing in for the Slaughter now. He uses BKB though. He might not be able to fight the Slaughter, doing a lot of damage. Not making a serious. Gyrocopter will be going down as well.
Tower is under attack.
Managed to only get a double kill. Nothing more. Roche is alive, so this could be a free Roche to die. And looking at there. Okay, it's not quite updated. That's a bit of update with the fight recap, I think. It updates to the fight gone when extra fighting damage happen. But the Dire do get the USN starter pick set up. I would personally have given it to the next one. He is the big damage dealer right now. He's the one dealing all of the damage. And if he dies at the start of the fight, that's a lost fight, I'd say. And he's also top of the network chart. I'd like to point out that the Radiant, they only have one tier 2 left. And that's on their middle lane. That means that Max up top, or the tier 3 at top mark, is exposed. Whereas the Dire still have their 2 tier 2s remaining and lost one lane of Rax. So if the Radiant win a fight and try to push in, it's going to be hard because there's still going to be tier 2 they're defending. Whereas if the Dire push in and have the top lane pushed, they can just go in for that instant tier 3 instead. That's minor advantage towards the Dire there. Which, well, combat with the lead they've managed to get now on both EXP and gold, I'd say they have a fair chance of winning this. I'm amazed of how well they're doing 45 minutes into the game up against the Lone Druid and a Gyrocopter. But a lot of that probably comes down to the fact that Gyrocopters died 5 times and Lone Druid died 6. Neither of them having, well, Lone Druid only having 4 kills and Gyrocopter, well, he does have the 10 kills, so it's not sitting terribly, but it's probably up to the fact that they haven't been farming so well after the fight started. They're both outlasted by the Templar Assassin and the Nature's Prophet, especially the Nature's Prophet, sitting on 347 last hits, with the next on the chart being Templar with 277. And that is shown in the network chart as well, with them being 3,000 gold ahead of the Templar Assassin that's second on the chart. And she is 1,000 gold ahead of the Death Prophet. And that's a big deal right now. It's that even though there's a Gyro and there's a Lone Druid on the team, they have not had the impact that they should. Because especially this Lone Druid just hasn't been farming all that well. He's sitting on a Radiance, he has a Dagon, and he's a Maelstrom, and he's going for a Mjolnir now, and he's gone a very peculiar build with the Dagon especially, and also getting a Radiance on top of a Maelstrom, and I wish he would stop that. But it's very peculiar and it hasn't helped their cause in this game. Whereas Gyrocopter, he has his Butterfly, and he has a Yasha, and a BKB, and a Satanic, so he's decent. He has a fair bit of farm, but when we get into 46 minutes, he cannot rely on his abilities to do all the damage. He needs to get the right-click damage, and he's gotten 2 defensive items. His Satanic and his BKB, and yes, they're gonna help him stay alive, but previously in all the fights, he's relied on Rocket Barrage, Homing Missile, and Call Down to do all the damage, but he cannot do that anymore. He does have the Butterfly for a bit of damage, but it's so underwhelming how much the Butterfly really adds for damage, and they're going to be chasing for the start right now, but it's not really going to turn out to be anything since he has insane movement speed and can just run out there. But it really just comes down to the item choices in the Lone Druid and the Gyrocopter. I'd say this Gyrocopter, if I were playing him right now, if I were to get any item right now, I might just get a Manta Style, because the illusions for extra damage, agility for extra damage, or even not a Manta Style, maybe just a Monkey King Bar. They're not going for any invasion, but that can wait for another time. Right now the starter is going in for some dying. He pops, comes in guard, will not be enough to save him now. He buys back, he wants to be here for the fight. And Enigma's taking a lot of damage. Black Hole hasn't used that mech has. He might just die before he gets out. And there's Dagon getting in, doing its work. Nature's Prophet also dies off. Templar goes down here. Death Prophet and Crystal Maiden are dead. Scarlet Mage gets out there and Nature's Prophet buys back.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So that was again Gyrocopter doing all the damage. But I still think that a Monkey King bar right about now would be an amazing damage item for him to get. But when that said, they just managed to take down 4 heroes and force out a buyback. So they won the fight pretty handily, and this Death Prophet even didn't really manage to do all that much. So it has been shown that they don't need the Death Prophet that much anymore, mostly just for the push. Lone Druid still didn't do a lot in the fight though. He might be but that could change when he gets Mjolnir, but as I see now, it's not even going for Mjolnir, it's going for an AC, which could also turn the tide. And Gyrocopter sitting on Demon Edge. Now this is the moment of excitement. Is he going for the Rapier, or is he going for the Monkey King bar? But since he has just about 3,000 gold, he's probably just gonna go straight for the Monkey King bar instead. He could, of course, also go for a Daedalus. He has enough gold to buy full Chrysalis, and is very close to getting the Daedalus recipe as well. So that could be a possibility, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he's actually gonna do. Let's see just about now if he buys it, sells it. He doesn't. So he might be going for Daedalus.
Here's my pension.
Just pick up. Well, just wait. Because right now, I'd like to put some more attention towards the Nature's Prophet, who actually lead the network chart after that fight. Now Gyrocopter's on the top, which is where he should be. He's amazing at farming. Nature's Prophet, also great at farming. But Gyrocopter, he's looking at his 11 kills and 5 deaths. He's really, comparing to Nature's Prophet 7-7. He really should just be ahead, and that is where he is now. We also see that Templar Assassin picks up a Monkey King bar. Something I didn't point out with Nature's Prophet is that the Gyrocopter does have evasion, so these Monkey King bars are not even just going to add extra damage, but they're also going to add a major amount of extra damage to this Gyrocopter, since he won't have the evasion from these 2 heroes, and those are 2 really big damage dealing heroes. And you could call Templar Assassin pretty much 6-slotted now. She might just get a Manta Stall and that would be it. I'd maybe get Boots of Travel to of course have the TP available. If we look at Nature's Prophet, he's also pretty close to 6-slotted. I might want to swap out Blade Mail because it hasn't had the biggest impact for another damage dealing item, but that's about what I would change. Whereas this Lone Druid's still not close to 6-slotted. He's sitting on an Orb of Venom and out of place Dagon with a Maelstrom. He's very far from 6-slotted. He even has a cloak now. He's going very interesting build, and the Dire, they're going in for Roast Tap now, and that'll be going down ridiculously quickly. And the Aegis has gotten picked up by anyone. Slardar picks it up of all people. I can see that the Templar might not have room, nor does the Nature's Prophet, but Slardar still, again, very interesting that he's the one to get the Aegis every time. And the one to get the cheese is a Skarath Mage, who now has an Aghanims, and I couldn't really agree more with this, because with the Aghanims, it's gonna be he's gonna be spamming his ult a lot and doing a lot of damage with it, but it's also gonna be draining his mana at an instant. So a cheese that can restore half his mana and give him another ult could really make a big difference. It's there. They're kind of collecting up at mid. Looks like they want to pressure this. But will they? And it looks like they will. And the Radiant are also here, ready to defend. Charcop is sitting on 1400 gold. Is he going for the Rapier? He could. He might just wait till after this fight to make the final decision. He probably just wants to make sure he has his buyback, which he does now, and he probably just wants it after he bought the item as well. Looking at buybacks, you'll actually see that if we try and sort this differently. See that only 3 heroes have buybacks available, and only the Jarcop is the only one in the Radiant. So if this fight doesn't go well for the Radiant, it's going to be hard to save the game. The biggest chance they would have is Jarcop buying back, and buying a Rapier, but he wouldn't have the mana for a Rapier, or the gold for a Rapier then, even. But if they lose the fight now, it's going to look dire for them.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Prophet doing what he should, pressuring top tower, while the rest of his team is spreading mid. And the entire Radiant team just rotates towards top. And this Templar just runs and does extreme amounts of damage to the tower. It takes it halfway down now. Another push like that, and the tier 3 could be dead. The Radiant, they cannot all just chase one hero. They need to split up. There needs to be one person here, one person there. And while these two lanes are getting pressured, they also have the Mega Creep from bot lane pressuring. They're just locked into the base now. It's dangerous, but very nice Jules stopping the slaughter from any stun. And there's the tier 3 going down. Are they going in for lane druid? He'll be going down pretty much instantly. He's still a bit alive, but will it make a minor big difference? No, it won't, because he goes down now. Jarcopter, he's going in. There's a Mystic Flare. She's been used, and he's ready for another round. There's the third Mystic Flare. Jarcopter still keeping him alive. This Titanic making a big difference. A buyback from the Crystal Maiden. She managed to get a buyback at that time.
3 down.
And Next Prophet doesn't even get some tier 3 top, doesn't get the max though. And Stardart chasing around what seems to be dying the Crystal Maiden, but he gets him dying and dies off. So all tier 3s are down. But the racks are up. And the tier 4 is down as well. Gyrocopter, what is he getting? He's getting a man stop. Okay. I was kind of looking for him to upgrade this demon into something. I don't think he's quite decided yet. I think he's thinking about a Rapier. And I would also think about that because it's looking very bad for them. They got the EXP pretty much to 0 again, but net worth is still in favor of the Dire. They just lost all their tier 3s. They have 2 lanes of exposed racks and 1 lane of lost racks. Up against a lost lane of racks and 2 tier 2s. Their best chance at this point would be to win a fight and rush down mid lane, take the throne. I'd say that's what they have to do to win the game right about now. And there's the Rapier. Jarcopter buys up the Rapier. He's ready to fight. It's a desperate. This is going to be the final desperate attempt from the Radiant to win this game. Gems picked up from the Scarlet Mage. A bit melodramatic. But the Radiant are probably going to look to push down mid lane right about now. And they do smoke. They're ready for this. They send the Barret bot to kind of defend, while the 5 heroes are going to be rotating towards mid and looking for some here to pick off. They find a Scarlet Mage. There's the Yules. They're all running in there. He'll be going pretty quickly, I expect, but he managed to force staff down. Might just keep him alive for a bit. He'll ultimately go down in the end. And losing the gem, no one picks it up. They just leave it on the ground. Did they even see it? I don't think they saw it. They did not. They just leave it there. The rest of the 4 heroes run towards mid while the non-druid goes back and picks up the creeps. And this is it. They're going to be looking to fight now. Enigma, Slardar, both getting their TPs. Prophet split pushing top, but it won't matter if they manage to take down the throne. He has to be there for the fight. There's the blink again. Gets instantly cancelled by Scythe. Exorcism has been used. Enigma goes down. Black Hole will not be there for the fight. It's also even on cooldown, so his buyback won't matter. But he doesn't even have a buyback. 100 seconds down. Exorcism. Rapier still onto the gyro. Undying goes down to the Templar Assassin. She's doing a lot of damage. Will it be enough though? Still up against the Rapier. Satanic Shoes. This gyro. No one can take him down. He's doing so much damage to these heroes. He gets a triple kill. 3 buybacks. They don't have a fortified. They cannot stop the push on the throne. Gyrocopter, he gets it done down by the starter. Will it be enough? Will they be able to defend it? They take down the Gyrocopter! Rapier's still on the ground. No one picks it up quite yet. They're just waiting for the bear to die. Well, they just leave the Rapier there. They're just leaving the Rapier on the ground. No Templar. No. Who's gonna pick it up? Nature's Prophet picks it up in the end, drops his Blink Dagger for it, and he TP's down mid lane now. And he's just gonna go straight to the racks, not even to the throne. There are mega creeps now. No racks left unraided. Crystal Maiden might have been a disconnect, might have been a rage. It doesn't matter really. Because this is GG. The Rapier was lost. The throne was left at 300 HP. And the Nature's Prophet take the throne. 59, almost an hour into the game. G, F, and G. My God, that game, that was quite the ride, quite the roller coaster. Even the net worth chart, even the XP chart, all a major roller coaster. That was such. Those buybacks were essential. Holy hell! I cannot even say anything. This game just speaks for itself. I'm just gonna end it here. I'm gonna say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my casting. I was a bit off my game out today. I'm very sorry, everyone. It will be better next time, and I'm looking forward to next time. Probably we'll have a game like this again. If you did enjoy, you can always press the like button, or you can subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Or if you have any sort of criticism towards this video or any of my other videos, please leave it in the comment section below. If you want any updates about live streams, which will be mainly about Assassin's Creed currently, or any other games, so not a lot about Dota, or videos, you can go to my Twitter, twitter.com/Saxum11, and follow me there if you want minor updates every once in a while. I bid my farewells.